respected dignitaries and the audience. This is Sonal Narayanji Bhugade, a student of Government Institute of Forensic Science, Nagpur, standing before you all to deliver my talk on the topic Indian Constitution and the Human Rights. Well, beginning my talk, I would like to start it with a few lines from Iqbal. सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदोस्तां हमारा, सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदोस्तां हमारा, better than the entire world is our India. कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिटती नहीं हमारी, कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिटती नहीं हमारी, सदियों रहा है दुश्मन दौरे ज़मा हमारा. Despite for centuries the time cycle of the entire world has been our enemy, there is something about our existence that so that it doesn't get wiped off. And that something has to be preserved, for it has held the incredibly diverse society together for centuries. And that something had to be preserved and let it to enable it to flourish to greater heights for it to bring the prosperity to the nation. Well, that something has to be searched because around it was going to revolve the Constitution of India during the drafting of the Constitution of India. Well, while searching this something, I remember some lines I would like to share. जहाँ मंदिर में दाना चूक कर चिड़िया मस्जिद में पानी पीती है, जहाँ मंदिर में दाना चूक कर चिड़िया मस्जिद में पानी पीती है, जहाँ बुद्ध के उपदेश और ईसा मसीह के बलिदानों की गाथा होती है. मैंने सुना है राधा रानी की चुनरी कोई सलमा बेगम सीती है, तो दक्षिण के मसाले हो या असम की चाय विदेशियों को आकर्षित करती है, तो हिमालय में स्थित वैष्णो देवी को चढ़ाए जाने वाले नारियल की पूर्ति केरल और तमिल जैसे राज्यों से होती है. Yes, my dear friends, you got right. The answer to something is nothing else, nothing other than its mind-boggling diversity of the nation, in addition to its ability to assimilate, borrow and absorb from everywhere and reflect it in a positive way. And that is what the Constitution of India preserves and enables it to flourish to achieve greater heights, but on the grounds of justice and equality. दर्जनों भाषाएं, सैकड़ों विधियां, हजारों विधान हैं, जोड़कर जो सबको साथ रखे वो संविधान है. The Constitution of India, in simple terms, is a set of basic principles and laws about nation, state and social groups that has been given to the government, that determines the power of the government and ensures certain rights to its people. Constitution applies to everything. It applies to every single aspect of your life. Beginning from the moment your mother conceives you until your death, it is only the Constitution that safeguards you and ensures you the right to life. So Constitution applies to everything and everything revolves around Constitution. It is said that the Constitution of India is the longest written constitution. The reason may be that it incorporates the provisions related to state as well as the union. The Constitution of India comes with three sets of provisions that can be designated as the very heart of the Indian Constitution. The three sets are it undertakes the sections dealing with the fundamental rights, the directive principles and policies regarding the state, and the third one being the fundamental duties. The part 1 of the Indian Constitution enshrines the fundamental rights. These are the rights, the certain rights which are guaranteed to the individuals of the nation, which are certain inalienable rights, which are justiciable, which means that you can go to the court and ask for them to be implemented. Part 2 enshrines the directive principles for the state policies, which provide certain guidelines that should be followed during the formation of state policies, so that when they are implemented in the future, they can lead the furtherance of the goal of the Indian Constitution. Now, before moving forward to the fundamental duties, let's have a note. It is noteworthy that while the fundamental rights and the directive principles, they are addressed to the state, the fundamental duties are explicitly addressed to the citizens of the India. क्योंकि जब हम अधिकारों की बातें करते हैं तो साथ में लगकर आती है जिम्मेदारियां और हमारे कर्तव्य जिन्हें हमें देश के प्रति निभाना है. The many fundamental duties listed in the Indian Constitution, some of them of relevance are the need to preserve and promote the rich heritage of our composite culture, the need to promote and form the spirit of harmony and common brotherhood among people coming from different diversities of religion, region and linguistic, and the need to form and the need to flourish scientific temper, the need to develop scientific temper, humanism and the spirit of reform as well as inquiry. ये थी हमारी जिम्मेदारियाँ. अब कुछ बातें अधिकारों की भी हो यहाँ. So, नेचुरल राइट्स, फंडामेंटल राइट्स और द ह्यूमन राइट्स. मानवाधिकार, मानवीय हक. These concepts have evolved from the idea that man is endowed by birth with certain inalienable rights. And these rights are also a very important part of the Indian Constitution enshrined in its Part 3, which we have discussed earlier. Well, by thinking about the human rights and human responsibilities, I remember a few lines which I would like to share. जे हक्क पाहिजे ते सारेच दान करते, जे हक्क पाहिजे ते सारेच दान करते, रक्षा तुझी नि माझी हे संविधान करते, रक्षा तुझी नि माझी हे संविधान करते. आयुष्यमान करते कमजोर भारताला, आयुष्यमान करते कमजोर भारताला, सुटलाच तो लमुचा तर सावधान करते, रक्षा तुझी नि माझी हे संविधान करते. सूर्यासमान आहे ही कायदा व्यवस्था, सूर्यासमान आहे ही कायदा व्यवस्था, अंधारल्या जगाला दैदिप्यमान करते, रक्षा तुझी नि माझी हे संविधान करते, रक्षा तुझी नि माझी हे संविधान करते. Well, fundamental rights. Fundamental rights is the modern name for the term natural rights. Now, the natural rights converted into fundamental rights, they operate as a constitutional limitation to the powers vested in the hands of the organs set up by the Constitution and includes right to life and personal liberty, right to privacy, right to equality, right to freedom of religion, right to 6 freedoms, like the right to freedom of speech, right to property, right against exploitation and right to constitutional remedies. Well, one more thing I would like to add here, and this needs to be marked, that power of people is much more compared to the people in power. भारतीय संविधान में अंतिम शक्ति जनता को प्रदान की गई है. हर रंग खुद में समेटे जो बेखौफ खड़ा है, जाति और धर्म के दायरे से जो आगे बढ़ा है, नैतिक, निष्पक्ष, तर्कसंगत संविधान ही है वो जो अपनी ही चिता पर सहज खड़ा है. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय संविधान.